Hello everyone, welcome to yet another Indo-Indians Newsmaker series. And today we have with us the wonderful, famous and the only number one motivational speaker in Indonesia, James Gwee. Hi James, welcome.
Hi Poonam, thank you very much. Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. I hope it's gonna be worth your time.
Oh,
And
definitely. There is so much
thank
knowledge,
you.
information that you can share with all of us that it
Thanks
would.
for having me, Poonam.
Thank you so much. So, just a very brief introduction. James Gwee is the number one Indonesia's favorite trainer and seminar speaker. His specialities in the areas of sales, motivation, service excellence, leadership, managerial skills, team building, and personal development. Although a Singaporean, James has vast experience conducting training for Indonesians, having conducted more than 2,000 in house training for more than 900 organizations in Indonesia. Till date, nearly 1 million people have attended his public seminars. His clients cover a wide spectrum of business, including banks, insurance, tour and travel, real estate developers, manufacturing, transportation, hospital, and the list goes on and on. He's also the author of many, many books. So, thank you, James, for being here with us today.
Thank you, Poonam. Thanks a lot.
So, James, as we mentioned earlier, this is going to be a very quick interview, just a very fun interview. We have
Yes.
10 questions for you.
Okay. I know you to be fun, so I'm all set.
So, James, in a few sentences, please tell us who you are and what you do.
You covered everything already. Well, just a few points. I'm Singaporean, yes, still Singaporean, but born and raised in Singapore. But I came to Indonesia in 1988 and has been in Indonesia since. Graduated with a degree in IT, but I became a trainer and seminar speaker in 1994 in Indonesia, yeah. And like Poonam says, I do a lot of my training for companies, corporations, yeah, and the areas cover mostly sales. So in Indonesia, when they think of sales training, I hope the first name that comes to mind is James. Yeah. So people call me a motivator. Yeah, like you said, yeah, you call me Indonesia's number one motivator. No, I don't do that. I just label myself Indonesia's favorite trainer and seminar speaker. To me, that's good enough. Yeah. So because number one, you have to justify your number one position, and I can't justify that, and I don't want to go and get myself into trouble. So favorite would be just nice for me. Yeah. So the reason why people call me motivator is because the way I deliver the training, yeah, I always put myself in the position of the participants, and I feel, because I do a lot of training for sales, yeah, managerial and below. So I don't do executive and a strategic training. Yeah, I do for branch managers and below, focusing a lot on sales. So across the years, I found that salespeople don't quite need motivation, contrary to what's going on in the market. Yeah, salespeople don't quite need motivation. What they need are the exact steps, the words to say, the scripts to help them to get by. And when they've got the right scripts, they can overcome the objections. They can break the ice and so on. They get excited. They have hope. They say, "Hey, this works, man," and then they get motivated, right? So motivating without the tools does not help, you see. But if you give them the tools and they get the results, they are motivated enough by themselves. So I tend to approach it the other way around. Give them the tools, give them the how-to, and then let them go.
Wow, I think
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, James, what is the coolest project you've been involved with so far?
Okay, the coolest project I've been involved in was a CSR project, Poonam. Yeah, we did a project like 10 years ago. We call it Care for the Nation. Yeah, well, we got CSR funds from corporations. Yeah, and we delivered training. We train SMK, yeah, SM Sekolah Kejuruan, yeah, SMK students. They have class level 1, level 2, level 3. We focus on the level 2 students. That means 2 years before graduation.
Right.
and we help them to become entrepreneurs. Yeah, so we train them, give them the simple mindset of an entrepreneur. We help them to with the ideas to set up. And we guide them through like 2 months to 3 months until eventually their little business venture takes off and get some profit. Yeah, and when they return some profits, it looks profitable. Then we provide them with the funding. Then we put that very funding. So we don't do it the other way around. We give them the funds and then they buy handphones, so get the business running, prove it to us that you've got the mentality and the basic how to make it run, then we will give you the funds. And we were so happy. We trained 80,000 students, Poonam.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
all over Indonesia. We trained 80,000 students and we got about 8% success rate, which was quite significant for us.
very
The SMK class 2, they were netting in like 3 million to 5 million a month. That was pretty good. So that was one of the coolest projects I thought I did. And in the process of that, I got to meet the mayor of the city, the Bupati and all that. Yeah. So those were the early days. I got to meet those people. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
What is the biggest challenge you see in in your industry today, as a seminar trainer, and what is your biggest challenge?
There are a few challenges. But I think the biggest challenge is that, in our generation or even the one after us, we realize that we need to learn. We realize that we need to learn. There are things that we don't know, and we seek out the how to. Yeah, we devour books. We read Brian Tracy, Anthony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, and all that. Right? We read them. They are in our how to list. Yeah, but then this generation right now, they've got so much access to all this knowledge. Yeah. Well, you get clips by Will Smith, Chris Rock, and all that, right? Yeah. You get motivationals by Steve Harvey and all that, right? Yeah. So they've got an overload of all these wisdoms already.
Right.
To the point that when you offer training, they say, I already know.
Mm.
See, I already know. So they come in with, unlike us, we come in with a glass half full. They come in with a glass already full. So, right? So it's hard. Yeah. So, obviously, when they attend the training and they realize, hey, this is different. Yeah, hey, this is not too bad. Yeah, I learned something. Then they are more receptive. But they come with the attitude, I already know, which is tough. Like that. So in that way, it's harder for us to reach out to people who can improve, but they think they already know. It's tougher.
Right. So I think that's very interesting. It's like what doctors say, everybody goes to Dr. Google before they come to them. So
True.
everything before they come. So going forward with this thought, if you had a crystal ball, where would you see yourself in 3 years?
If I had a crystal ball, I would want to, how do I say it? I would want to penetrate into their lives. Yeah. Just like the way the young people watch reels of Steve Harvey, watch reels, short reels, and then they're like, hey, this guy is pretty cool. And then they go out and look for us, they search for us. Yeah. So instead of we coming to them, we entice them to come to us. That's basically selling, right? Selling is not pushing, selling is enticing, right? So yeah, so the principles are the same, but we have to entice them through the media that they are familiar with. Yeah. So and instead of physically coming to attend our training and seminars, we have to do it virtually, but effectively. Okay, we have switched. This pandemic has caused us to switch to virtual training. But we have not really scratched the surface of effectiveness. Virtual training like this, Zoom and all that, is useful if you want to impart knowledge. It's useful for coordinating. Maybe useful to a certain extent to inspire, but definitely not training, because training requires hands-on, training requires role-playing and all that. So Zoom cannot be called training. Zoom can be called a seminar. Zoom cannot be called a training, right? So I think that's the missing link there. We haven't come close to that yet.
So, James, this is your opportunity for shameless promotion. Tell us about your project idea or for 2 minutes and where people can find out more about you or come to you for training.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you said shameless promotion because I've always been that. Okay, so if you want your managers, your salespeople to have the right mindset to succeed at work, one of the things I tell them is that, you are paid not to achieve the results, yeah, but you are paid to solve problems as they come on your way to achieving the results, right? Okay, yeah. See, so if you think you are achieving, your goal is to achieve results, but the problem gets in the way, then the problem is a hindrance, right? Because your mindset is I have to achieve the result, but then the problem got in the way. But if you understand that your job is to overcome the problem on the way to achieve the result, then solving the problem is part of your job and not the excuse, you see. Right? That's one of the things I drill into their heads first. Hey, you are here to solve the problem, whatever they may be. You are paid to do that, not paid to achieve the result, paid to solve the problem so that you can then achieve the results, right? Okay. Now, once they understand that, okay, then we teach them the how to. So, and problems happen for managers, problems happen for salespeople, problems happen for colleagues working with each other in an organization, right? Problems happen. I'm used to face-to-face communication. Now I have to do communication like this. That's a problem, but hey, grow up and get over it, right? Okay, so yeah, that kind of mindset and the how to. Now, if you want your people to be trained like that, with that kind of mindset and the how to, then you can come to me, okay? And I do likewise for teenagers. They complain about the teachers, they complain about the parents, and a 15-year-old child with a laptop, Wi-Fi at home, learning within the air-conditioned room at home, and the maid serving drinks, and he can say he's stressed. What the hell is he stressed about? And he can say, I'm depressed. Hello, if you live under the bridge, you are depressed, I can understand. You've got Wi-Fi, you got laptop, you got handphone, you got parents who care, you got a maid who serve you food, and you are depressed.
So how do they reach you, James?
Okay, just go to my Instagram, yeah, and direct message me. Very simple. And my Instagram is James Gwee. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Poonam, for the 2 minutes of shameless promotion.
So, James, what is the best advice you've ever received?
Wait, several, so many. Can't think of any best ones, but good advice I've received mostly in my foundational years from my dad. Strike when the iron is hot, time and tide waits for no man, make hay while the sun shines, right? That kind of advice, right? Yeah. So, well, it seemed to work. Maybe he drilled into me long enough. Yeah. Right. So, yeah.
James, what are you currently reading, or what is a book that you would recommend?
Shameless. Shamelessly, okay? I was just reading this book, honestly, before we came on air. Yeah, just to see whether there are some nice quotes or points that I could, go through. And yesterday I was also reading it because somebody bought the book and asked me a question about it. So this is one book that I'm reading, yeah. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of this book. Okay, so if you want the book, you can get it from Tokopedia. Just go to Tokopedia, look under James Gwee store, and you can get it. Okay.
Wow, yeah. That's promotion.
But honestly, at the moment, I'm reading Danny Santoso's book. Yeah, Content Creation. That's a very good book. Yes, and it's a very, very relevant book for this now situation. Yeah, Content Creation by Danny Santoso.
Okay, noted. So, James, what's your best shortcut or life hack that you practice?
Okay, best shortcut. In terms of career, I guess, yeah, in terms of work, yeah, okay. Life hard to have a shortcut, okay, yeah, but work-wise can have shortcut. Mostly my leverage mindset. I think if we want to have shortcuts within quotes, yeah, leverage would be the thing. Yeah, leverage on collaboration with people like you are so brilliant at, yeah, okay. And I do a lot of leverage with radio until today because surprisingly radio survived. Yeah. TV is not quite surviving, but radio survives in Indonesia. Radio survive, yeah, thriving in fact. So I leverage, and so far my career got a boost because somebody gave me a talk show in Radio Past FM, like 18 years ago. Yeah, so I had my own talk show in Radio Past FM. People started to know me, and that's where my career got a boost. So to me, the best career hack that I've had so far is that the break in Radio Past FM.
Okay, great. So James, just to share, is there a favorite app or a gadget or tool that you cannot live without?
Cannot live without. That's pretty.
You know, you are like now everybody is on their mobile device
Yeah.
all the time.
I use WhatsApp. Of all the gadgets, of all the apps in that sense, of all the apps, I use WhatsApp the most, for communication, for coordinating, obviously, okay, and next to that is Instagram, and surprisingly, besides WhatsApp and Instagram, I don't use any other apps except for YouTube, except for YouTube. I only use these three heavily, and then the calendar function of
James.
Sorry?
Don't forget Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Zoom is crucial. Zoom is crucial. Without Zoom, probably I will be having a tough time right now. Yeah, Zoom is really, true. Thanks for reminding me.
So, James, this is the last question. Fill in the blanks. I'd love to see blank. What change in the world or something that would bring about a major shift?
I'm not going for the Miss Universe pageant, so I don't want to change the world. I wish all the dolphins would swim happily. No. Okay, I wish there would be no deforestation. Well, that's a big one. Okay, but I think in our scope, I wish to see school teachers, better treated. Treated more dignified. And I wish to see school teachers given the tools, the time to enjoy what they do.
I know that school teachers are very passionate about the students they have, and the amount of difference they make to their students.
Yes.
I think that's a great thought, James, and it's something to think about and practice.
Right. Yeah.
And I'd like to thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Poonam. It's been a lot of fun. Wow.
10 minutes of question and answer, and thank you for sparing your time and being here. It was
my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Poonam. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope what I've shared has been useful for you. Good luck, everybody. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Poonam.